Hi, we're Greg and Carol. Have you ever been so busy that you don't really have time to make dinner and you don't want to go out and get something, or let's face it, you just flat out don't want to do it? It happens. I have those times a lot. What we've done in the past, and we're still doing, is when I make a meal and we have leftovers, I don't necessarily serve it the next night. I try to, but even if it's only enough for like one person, I go ahead and I make it up into what I call a TV dinner. And I got these little, not trays, but little
serving containers.
And you can get them with no dividers, one divider or two dividers. You can do it however you want. And they have lids. They're plastic. And what I do is I just fill those up with what would be one meal, and then I put it in the freezer. Like I said, if you only have enough for one meal, fine, because you're going to add to it over time, and this way you're getting a decent meal and you're not having to do the work for it. Now,
and you're not wasting food.
Yeah, I have some relatives that they'll throw out a full portion because they're like, well, what am I supposed to do with it? Because it's only one portion and that's not enough for everybody. Pack it up, put it in the freezer, and then later on, pull it out. And you get a good meal. Now, I have noticed, like if I do mashed potatoes in there, try to have those separate from other things, because when your stuff freezes and then thaws, the liquid comes out and they'll get into the mashed potatoes and make them real runny. And also, once you've reheated it, you need to whip those little potatoes with a fork up pretty good. So those can be hit or miss until you find the sweet spot on how to freeze those. But overall, they turn out pretty good, don't
Yeah, they do. They do turn out really well. You do have a home cooked meal. You do have prepared meals already done,
and it's a good meal.
Yeah, and it's home cooking too. So
yeah. And then sometimes, if there's like enough for like 2 or 3 people left over, and I just don't want to have it for dinner again the next night. Maybe it was just too filling, and I don't want 2 filling meals in a night or 2 nights. I'll just pack it up as many as I can get, and I'll take it. Excuse me. I'll take it down to the freezer and put it in. But it makes it nice on nights that if I've been doing a lot around the house and I don't have the energy to cook, or like I said, if I just don't have the mood to cook, we can still get a good meal. So think about that the next time.
And you're not wasting anything either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so think about that the next time that you're like cleaning up from dinner and you've got enough food left over. And one other thing is, let's say you've got enough of the vegetables left over, but you don't have enough of the meat, or vice versa. What you can do is just wrap those separately. You can get like individual bowls that are like that and just put it in there. And I put it, if I'm doing it that way, I'll put enough in for 2 people and I'll freeze that. I made meatloaf the other night. I had enough of the vegetables to make 2 dinners, but then I still had a lot of meatloaf left over. So I just wrapped the meatloaf separately. And that way you can either pull it out and have a meatloaf sandwich, or you can pull it out and then get some vegetables to go with it for dinner. And that way, you have to just heat up the vegetable, but it's no big deal. And I also did that with chops. I just wrapped them up, and I put, this one is for 2 people and this one's for 1, and that's okay. And sometimes I don't know what I'm pulling out, but I know it'll be good. So there's different ways you can do it, but don't be throwing out your leftovers if you don't have to, and just box them up, put them in the freezer, and enjoy them later on.